Well, very good afternoon and the warmest of welcomes I extend to all, and welcome along here on behalf of the good team at EVES to our auction room. And of course, to our owners, may I take this time to extend that hand of gratitude for entrusting the exceptional team here at EVES with the marketing of your very fine properties. It's certainly been our great privilege. A duality of offerings on our catalogue for your consideration here today, folks, but more importantly, your competition. Leading our auction team today, we're joined by our absolutely fabulous sales manager, Nikki Boldcott. Assisting on the technology, we have the wonderful Natasha Allen and Sharni Maynard. Now these fine ladies, well, they will be displaying feats of both numerical and technological dexterity as they are in charge of that all-important bidding sequence we will see on screen beside me here. The astute among you will know by now that Louis MacDonald is my name, and it's an absolute pleasure to be conducting proceedings, but more simply here in the capacity to guide you good folk on your journey to ownership. Now good folks, throughout the course of the campaigns for the properties in question, our lead agents will have been very diligent in furnishing you with documentation which will aid in your purchasing decision here this afternoon. Among that documentation, they will have supplied you with a copy of the Real Estate Authority's approved guide to sale and purchase agreements. They will also have supplied you with a copy of the auction terms and particulars from which you work. And to those terms and particulars I shall take you now, good folks, as we run through the conduct of auction. Well, come as no surprise to you that owners, will they offer up the property subject to that confidential written reserve price. Subject to that reserve price being reached, as auctioneer are permitted to sell the property to the highest bidder among you. Our owners, will they have granted me that exclusive right to place bids on their behalf. That is what we refer to as the vendor bid. Any vendor bids that I do place, well, they will be clearly identified to you as such. Ironically, I shall use the term vendor bid. Any vendor bids that I do place, well, they will only ever occur well below that reserve price where the property is clearly not for sale. Now, bidders and buyers around the room, you may see a number of agents bidding by telephone. I employ you to bid and counter bid with the utmost of confidence, knowing that all the relevant authorities have been completed for them to do so. Now, bidders and buyers, as auctioneer, I might execute my right to refuse a bid if I do not deem it to be in the best interests of our owners. If a dispute during the bidding happens to arise, I shall simply arbitrate that dispute. Alas, I shall be your numerical conductor throughout the sweet symphony of the bidding. Follow my lead along to that grand finale of the call, which will be signified by the percussive beat of my gavel coming down in the rostrum like so. If you so happen to find yourself in that very fortunate position of holding that highest bid, well, congratulations, you are deemed to be our purchaser. Your obligations are therefore twofold. Sign your name on the memorandum of contract and pay a deposit of a neat and easy 10% of the purchase price. Bidders and buyers, those are your obligations at this juncture. If you do have any questions pertaining to the conduct of auction, now would be that time. Jolly good. Well, I shall take from your silence that you're as comfortable with these terms as I am, as we look toward our very first lot of the day, brought to the rostrum by our leading expert, our leading light out there on that stunning northeastern coastline, Miss Lynn Cochrane. She brings for your consideration 9 Aspen Place of Madapori, more formally described as an estate in freehold, enveloping a some 800 square metres of that freehold coastal terra firma, being lots 2 out of deposit land 104745. Fully contained and described on that record of title volume NA57D folio 674. The chattels list, well, it's certainly extensive, and that's attached onto the back of the further terms there. Vacant possession, well, it is on offer to you on that settlement date described as 20 working days after the date of this agreement. I do point out to you, bidders and buyers, clause 23, the disclosure of non-compliance. The purchaser acknowledges and accepts that the purchaser has been fully informed that the garage has been converted into a sleep-out and may not comply with the Building Act or the Building Code. The vendor warranties under the general terms, clause 935, are hereby negated in relevance to that specific garage sleep-out conversion. I know Lynn's been very diligent in furnishing you with this documentation ahead of schedule, but more is available at the side of the room there. Accordingly, let's look toward our offering here at 9 Aspen Place of Madapori. For your consideration, a wonderful seaside retreat within a peaceful cul-de-sac within the renowned and exclusive Madapori Bay. The opportunity to spend weekends enjoying that surf, enjoying that sea and that sand is what such an offering affords you. You will most certainly enjoy the convenience of being located only but a short stroll from the mesmerising Matapori Bay, a wonderful spot to take a picnic and watch the young ones paddle, while maybe the more adventurous, well, they will enjoy that hike over to that secluded Whale Bay and taking in that postcard-worthy scenery, which is and will be your place to call home. Offering a furnished setup allowing for you to move in with certain ease, whilst that open plan situation allows for families to congregate and enjoy that family time together. Adding to the versatility is the further room for all the family and guests, while those duality of patios provide that perfect spot to enjoy that summer sunshine. Now, but as I've had the privilege of speaking with our owners, I spoke with John and Colin, and I spoke with Kathy and Francis too, and as well as Bridget. And a good Irish family they are, much like myself, might I add. Now, the offering here at 9 Aspen Place, well, that has provided them with good fortune, and that good fortune is time. Now, that time to spend with the family, with the grandparents to the great-grandchildren. Those Monday mornings counting down the days till Friday afternoon, while they jump in the car and take that road trip together to the wonderful Matapori Beach. The Greek philosopher Theophrastus said, time is the most valuable thing that a man can spend. Spending time with the children down at the bay and enjoying a family dinner together back at the beach. Making the time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to spend the time together, creating those lasting memories in the summer sunshine in this wonderful part of the world. Now the time has come to pass on that baton of ownership. They say fortune favours the bold. Now I learned Latin at school, and I didn't think it would be any use unless I joined the priesthood. But I stand before you now, good folk, and I say, Carpe diem, carpe tempus. Seize the day to seize that time. Bidders and buyers, I am simply in your hands as I look to you now for that opening bid, that opening offer. Not all at once. If you're looking at a hint on value from the auctioneer, I said to you, good folks, I'm but a humble auctioneer applying my trade to pay for my fiance's exorbitant taste and fashion.
905. Yep, 905.
905. I did ask for an opening bid and an opening offer, but $1 million would be a fair start. Looking for $1 million to start us away, but I appreciate your eagerness and your optimism there. I certainly do, but I need $1 million to start me away. Can I invite you back in at $1 million?
Yes.
I appreciate it, obligingly bid there, and we're underway at $1 million, but I immediately chased down at 1.1. But the best of luck to you, Shane, and your party on the telephone there at $1 million neat and even, and there should be no surprises at this level as we chase down that 100,000 on the rise to put you at 1.1, the bid to bid. But at $1 million and lands and stands the bid with Shane on the telephone at the right hand side of the room, you're left. At $1 million neat and even, and I look for that 1-1 to move us forward. Should see an avalanche of bidding at this level, but at $1 million, I call it away here for the first time. I call it away here for the second time. Third and final at $1 million. Well, in absence of your bidding, I'll place a vendor bid very comfortable at
1.05.
1.05. $1,050,000. $1,050,000.
Yep.
Tell you what, we'll travel along nicely in the 50s and welcome into you, Nicky, and your party there at $1,050,000, and the very best of luck to the good folks there on the telephone at $1,050,000, and I chase down that 1-1 knot. But $1,050,000 at the back of the room on the telephone, so the retort would be
$1,060,000.
looking for the 1-1 at this stage, not too early for the tens. Appreciate it, certainly do, but 1-1 it is.
So he's asking.
Invite you back in the 1-1, but $1,050,000 as it lands and stands at the back of the room. I put it away here at $1,050,000. 1-1 would be the retort. Anyone else welcome to join in at any stage? Just wave out to me if I can't see you. But at $1,050,000, I put it away.
We can go to 1075.
1-1's the bid. Needs to be 1-1 to move us forward from here. Certainly below our selling instructions. But at $1,050,000, I call it away on that first call. 1-1 to put yourself back in front. A mere 50,000. Second call. Not here to undersell your future asset to the party on the telephone.
1-1.
I appreciate it, there it is. I wasn't wrong, I was just a little bit early, but at 1-1 now we've bid it away here. Makes that another 50, the step to be at 1.25 million, at 1,250,000 I searched down now, 1,250. Just confirm the bid there, appreciate that. Back to Nicky's party on the telephone at 1,250,000 and I bid for that one.
1,150, sorry.
At 1,150,000 it is indeed. At 1,150,000, a little optimistic of me there, but at 1,150,000 and 1.2 would be the step. But at 1-1 and 5-0, a 000 at the back of the room. There's the competition, take confidence from the competition. Certainly wonderful real estate on offer here at that batch at Matapori.
Coming up, but 1.2.
On the telephones, I'll give you some time.
Okay.
Welcome to join in at any stage. Good to see you here. At 1,150,000, do I have to call it down on that first call? On that second call, 1.2 would be the retort.
1.2.
I appreciate it at 1.2 and he's back in front. A sage move it is indeed at 1-2. That makes the retort 1-2 and 50, but at 1-2 here at the right hand side of the room at 1-2 and 50. At 1-2 and 50 there it is, straight back. And straight back to the 1-3 would be the retort from here, but at 1-2 and 50 I have. But at 1-2 and 3 I seek, but at 1-2 and 50, should I call it away again or are we back in at 1-3? Reassert your confidence, your dominance in our auction room, but at 1-2 and 5-0 says the competition. First call, you were in front and now you're behind, predominantly against you, Shane, and your party at 1-2 and 50. Second call, 1-3 would be the retort. Don't have to wait for me to call it 3 times. Put yourself back in front.
1,275.
I'll take the 25. At 1-2 and 7-5, that makes the retort even easier for you. I offer you the same retort. What's good for the goose is good for the gander at 1-3. At 1-3 and 1-3 and a quarter to go. At 1-3 now at the back of the room, and I chase down that 25 to put you at 1-3 and 25. But at 1-3 at the back of the room, that mere quarter to put you back in front, shortening my stride here and cut me down the middle, but you back in front to you, Nicky, and your party on the telephone. At 1-3 at the back of the room. Did it work with your buyers? Put yourself back in front. But the bid, the back, off the room, but in front of the bidding at 1-3. Need I call it away again as I go around the room 3 times? Just taking some instruction?
Yep, just taking some instructions.
Jolly good. The longer you spend buying it, the more you'll enjoy those summers there at Matapori. Bids with you at 1-3. Have to be fair to the party on the telephone that's in advance, so I call it away here for the first time. 1-3 and 25 would be the retort. A mere 25 would put you back in front.
He's asking for 1,325.
Second call now.
Second call. 1,310.
Need a 25 at this level. Appreciate it. A 25 and not a sausage list.
So, I'm not sure if you caught that, so he's asking for 325. Yeah.
If I see no further bidding, I'll pause at 1-3, but 1-3 and 25 needs to be the next bid.
Sure. Could be that. Could be that last little bit that might get you there.
Put yourself back in front, but at 1-3.
Yeah. Look,
First
you'll
call.
only know one way.
Second call.
Retort, but 1,350.
1,350,000, a good play for the geese at 1,350,000. Doubles the increment, shall we fight fire with fire and go straight through that 1-4, but at 1-3 and 50, and a very good bid. They followed your advice there, Shane.
1-4.
At 1-4, now look what you started, I do hope you finish it, but at 1-4 at the back of the room, that makes it 1-4 and 50 if we're following patterns here. But at 1-4 at the back of the room. 1,400,000 with Nicky's party on the telephone. They've superseded you, Shane, and your buyer. What say you? What's that retort to be? Happy to move in the 25s again, but at 1-4 at 1,400,000 at the back of the room.
Sure.
Call it away here on that first call at 1-4.
Sure.
A mere quarter would put yourself back in front. Second call.
Second call.
Third and final opportunity at $1.4 million. Are we back in at this juncture? If I see no further bidding, I'll pause the auction. I'll have a conversation with Nikki and our bidders and our owners and see if we can't get them across the line. Fair warning,
It's all right, no more.
hold the line at this stage.
No more.
Natasha, auction is live and paused. We'll have a conversation with you, Nikki, and your buyers there and our owners and see if we can get you across the line. We'll be back with you as soon as we can. Thank you very much for your patience, folks. You can imagine after 20 years of ownership, these conversations can take a little bit of time. We can reveal we left the room at 1,400,000. Our lead party in front, well, they've graciously increased their offer some $140,000. If I confirm the bid with you, Shane, and your party now lands at 1 million. Oh, beg your pardon. With you, Nikki, at 1,540,000.
So 1,547.
Confirm that for me now.
Yes, yes.
Confirmed 1,540,000, and with that the keys are in their hand. As I make it abundantly clear to you, we're on the market, the point of no second chances. As I sell away here at 1,540,000, I chased out even a mere 10,000, even a mere 5 or a 1 to put yourself back in front. First call for that times and those wonderful times and memories at Mataport. Second call now at 1,540,000. Are we back in? I need to know, and I need to know very quickly. I need to know, I need to be fair to this party. On that third and final chance. Are we in? For it is going. Appreciate your bidding. For it is going, and it is gone and sold to you. To Nikki on the telephone. Congratulations to your party. I wish you many happy memories there out at Matapori. Of course, Lynn Cochrane, congratulations on another stellar campaign in the wonderful sunshine that is the Matapori coastline. And to her owners, thank you for entrusting the wonderful team at EVES. Furthermore, we move along to lot 2 of today's proceedings, brought to the rostrum by Mr. Carl Leafley, certainly an expert in all things residential around our wonderful city. He brings for your consideration 230 Morningside Road of Morningside, more formally described as an estate in a freehold development, some 593 square metres more or less, as we said, being lot 2 deposit plan 18444. 0 fully contained and described on that record of title volume NA115A folio 977 of the North Auckland Land Registry. Vacant possession, well, it's offered to you on that settlement date described as 20 working days from the date of this agreement. Let us look toward our offering here at 230 Morningside Road. The offering certainly packed full of that 1930s classic charm and character, located within the family favourite suburb of Morningside and positioned with a north-facing aspect, which certainly capitalises on that fortunate all-day sun. Living, well, it's spread over one level, offering that ease of living, that ease of lifestyle. You will most certainly enjoy the benefits of that sophisticated and that modern kitchen, which seamlessly connects that living and dining area, whilst that semblance, that symbiosis of indoor-outdoor flow is most certainly apparent here through those French doors onto that patio. Whilst accommodation, well, it's more than ample with the family, for the family, with the trinity of spacious bedrooms, the family bathroom, along with that separate laundry, which will certainly take a load off your mind. Abundant englazing, allowing for natural light to effortlessly spill throughout the home. That sunlight bounces off the golden hue of the native timber flooring, creating that sense of depth, that sense of texture. Such period aesthetics of the home will always exude that timeless appeal. Whilst a generous freehold section with easy care gardens allowing for space for those young ones to enjoy endless hours of play with their siblings and the neighbourly friends. But you will most certainly enjoy the benefits of such a location with the proximity to schools, the CBD, and the array of amenities that surround. Bidders and buyers, simply a wonderful home here at 230 Morningside Road for your consideration, as I welcome your participation. I'm in your hands. Opening bid, opening offer. This is it, folks. There's no lot number 3. Opening bid, opening offer. We're equally zealous but less able buyers not in our auction room here today. So enjoy that transparency, enjoy that exclusivity, that privileged position to be in our auction room as your head start to ownership here at 213 Morningside Road. And I call it away 3 times as I look for your opening bid, your opening offer. First call, second chance, third and final opportunity for your opening bid, opening offer. Well, Carl, it seems that they rather speak to you than me, but I cannot blame them for a moment. I'll pass that back into your very capable hands, but before I do, I will let you know that I do take rejection very personally indeed. Back over to you, Carl. I'm sure we'll see a sold sign there at 230 Morningside Road very, very soon. Bidders and buyers, good folks, thank you for attending our EVES auction here. More than welcome any time. I bid you a very good afternoon.